Hi, Maria here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. Now, last week I reviewed the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette, which I own. This one I don't own, but my sister does, and she let me borrow it so that I could interview it. Hey, how's it going? Good. Yeah, I won't be interviewing it, but I will review it for you. How about that? So this is what the box looks like, and Brunel, yeah, she saved the box. She shaved the box. I am having troubles today. I cannot tell you how many troubles I'm having. Anyway, this is what the palette looks like. So dark cover instead of the light one, which is the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette, or the pink one, which is the Bon Bon Palette. This is the original palette that came out, well, it's the original shadows, but this is the second version as far as packaging is concerned. So the packaging got more sleek, more like the other, like the Semi-Sweet package, and they wrote the names on the inside. But this is the palette, and I am going to go ahead and do the swatches for you, and then we will come back and do the rest of the review. Now, as I did in the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette, I put NYX HD Shadow Base on my hand prior to swatching them, just because I think that they stick better, and I always use a primer on my lid, so I kind of want to see what they swatch out like with a primer, because it kind of changes it a little bit different. So that's what I do. Hope you don't mind. Maybe you actually like that. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, so these are the first row. To start with, we've got Gilded Ganache, we've got White Chocolate, Milk Chocolate, and we have Black Forest Truffle and Triple Fudge. And out of these colors, this Black Forest Truffle is beautiful because it's got some glitters in it, and it's really pretty. So these colors are Salted Caramel, which I really like this one, Marzipan, that's beautiful, Semi-Sweet Chocolate, Strawberry Bonbon, Candied Violet, and this Candied Violet, and this one's quite patchy, and when I put it on my eye, I tried it on my eye in this look and ended up removing it. And I got a lot of fallout from this one, so I wasn't a huge fan of this one, although it looked beautiful on initial inspection. And this color is Amaretto, and I would say that's my favorite color in the whole entire palette. It is just stunning. So this one's Hazelnut, it's beautiful as well, Creme Brulee, gorgeous, and Hot Chocolate, and then Cherry Cordial, and Champagne Truffle, and both these colors are beautiful. This is such a beautiful kind of burgundy brown. I love it. So yeah, those are the swatches. Okay, so my thoughts on this. First off, I like the fact that there's 7 mattes, 9 shimmers, so similar to this Semi-Sweet palette there. Some of these colors are just absolutely stunning. So I love this Salted Caramel color. It's similar to peanut butter, but just a little bit more subdued. I love this Cherry Cordial. It's kind of a burgundy brown. It comes off a little more brown than I anticipated, and that's why when I did this look, which I used this palette, I actually pulled in a cranberry shade from a different palette because it just didn't give me enough burgundy, but in the pan it looks stunning. I really love a lot of these shimmery shades, so all 3 of these, Hazelnut, Creme Brulee especially, this one, Amaretto, is my absolute favorite in the palette. It's just beautiful. I really like this Black Forest Truffle as well. It's got some shimmers in it, and it's really, really pretty. The colors that I wasn't crazy about in particular was this Candied Violet, which I mentioned in the swatch part. It just was patchy. It looked nicer in the pan than it did on the eye, so wasn't overall overly impressed with this one, but nor was I impressed with the pop of color in the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette. So the blueberry shade in that one, wasn't crazy about that one either. The other thing about this palette, and it's part of the reason why I chose the other palette, was this highlight shade is actually a little too dark for me. So it's probably just 1 shade darker than my actual skin tone. So it works as a brow bone highlight, but it doesn't give me a major pop. So I could pull this one in. This is a beautiful shade. But yeah, it's just the coconut cream in the semi-sweet for me is just a better shade. So that's my thought on that. So really, as far as quality is concerned and how they blend out, I found that they blended out pretty much the same. My preference is the semi-sweet. I know a lot of people prefer the chocolate bar palette. I think it just depends on what you like as far as color combinations. For whatever reason, I just feel like the semi-sweet chocolate bar palette gives me a few more options, especially because it has the black in it. This one has the green, but it almost came off as a brown for me. So overall, I found that this palette has more, there's a couple mid-tones, and then the rest are relatively dark for me, whereas the semi-sweet has a nice mixture of dark, mid, and light. So as far as the two palettes are concerned, I've got to say that I prefer the semi-sweet, although this is still really beautiful. So yeah, performance-wise, pretty much the same, I think. So really, it's just a matter of what your preference is for shades. My sister, her preference was this one. For me, I preferred the semi-sweet. So I've still been tempted to get this, but I think I've got enough Too Faced shadows that are similar from other palettes, like Christmas palettes and stuff, that I don't know if I'll bother. Now, with that being said, you just never know with me, because I love Too Faced and I love these palettes. I just do. I can't help it. So anyway, that's all I have to say about them. Go into the store, swatch them. I love going into Sephora's. When I was choosing, I swatched one palette on this hand, one palette on this arm, and then looked at which one I liked the best and then went from there. I just felt like the semi-sweet was best for me. Like I said, Brunel felt that this one was best for her. I've looked at the Bon Bon palette. I think I'm gonna skip it, but I'm really excited about the, I think it's called the Sweet Peach palette that's coming out. A subscriber had mentioned it to me. I didn't even know. And then I looked on the internet and I saw it, and I can't wait. It's orangey, warmy, corally, fantastic-y goodness. So I can't wait. I'm sure it'll be as good a quality as these, if not better, because they're always improving on things. So yeah, I recommend this palette if you like the colors. I don't think it's necessarily necessary if you have one of the chocolate bars already, but yeah, if you're a makeup junkie, it's a great palette. So that's about it for today. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.